Hello my crafty friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. I'm so glad you're here. Today I am doing my second video for the products that I picked up this time at Globleland.com, where I'm demonstrating their trims. And so today I thought I'd demonstrate two of them and show you, kind of what I had in mind when I picked them out. So I've got two journal covers started here. And we're going to use two of the trims today on these and see what a difference they make on these covers. So yeah, it's Globleland.com. I'll have it linked below, the website, and also the links to the products, the 4 trims that I picked up this time, and a coupon code for you. It's all in my description box. Just if you wouldn't mind clicking on my links, then they know, even if you don't buy anything, if you want to check it out or whatever, just, click on my link so they know you came from my videos. And that way they'll let me, possibly demonstrate more products for them. So thank you, Global And so this first journal, I have this old cover, very old, like a school book cover, Our Nation Begins. A little bit of history in this book originally. So let me just show you real quick because I'm making a journal out of it because it's the journal collection, the cover collection I have in my closet that been showing you this year. And I said I was trying to go ahead and decide what I'm going to do with those covers, make it, what I want to do is make a journal out of them. This was one of them. So I love the old wear and tear on here and the grunginess of it, if you want to call it grunginess, but I just love the charm of the wear. So I just kind of basically, when I have a cover like this that I really love, just like it is, I just clean it the best I can, which is what I did. I wiped it down. You can even see a little bit of damage here, but I don't think that takes away from the strength of the book or anything. It's just, like I said, wear and tear. And then I made a new spine. It's 1.5 inches, approximately 1.5 inch spine. I used this pretty coordinating fabric that, I got at a thrift store, this particular fabric. And you can see it coordinates with the colors. When I put the new, everything in here, the spine and everything, I love this right here. And I hope, someone will eventually have this as, give this journal a new home. But it's the original, inside of the cover with, like, if someone was using it, I don't know if it was a year, they used it for a year and then give it back to the school type of thing. But anyway, right here it says 1941. Here it does say it was a textbook. And here maybe you wrote your name as to the person that was using it that year, and then you turned it back in, and then somebody else used it. But anyway, I thought it was really cool, so I left that original paper. And this was just plain paper, like this paper, but nothing on it. So I thought, well, let me put some pretty paper there. And this paper just kind of grabbed me and jumped out at me and said, use me, because it's just the perfect colors to go. It adds a little color. And it just, the burgundy here goes with this burgundy here so perfectly. And so I thought, okay, you jumped out at me, I'll use you. So let's get busy on the trim. So for this one, it has this kind of grayish or blue, I'm going to call it a blue gray. And it has it in the outline here of the United States. So that's why, so I thought I'd use, I was anxious to use this. And I thought that was the perfect, book to use, this new bluish, kind of almost that same color, kind of a bluish gray, almost color. So that's what I'm going to use for the trim on this one. I'm just going to put a little bit here, a little bit on the back. I don't know if I'm going to put it on the inside. I don't think I'm going to put it on the inside right now. So I'll decide on that later. But today I'm just going to put it on the outside because I know I want to put it on the outside. I'm just not sure about the inside yet because I haven't, I'm not going to put a pocket over that little chart, that inside cover chart, but so I just don't know. I'll decide later on that. But look how pretty that's going to be on there. It's just a gorgeous trim. If you can, I hope you can see that through the camera and in person. It just looks beautiful. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I think, cut this to about right here. And then I'm just going to put some glue. I think I'll turn this over to the back and put it right on here. And then I can put it down and it'll be where it is. I won't have glue. If I try to put it on the book, there is a chance I could get it in the wrong spot. And this is plenty wide enough and plenty of room for me to put my glue on here. That's one reason. You know, I like this kind of trim so much. There's no doubt about where you're going to put your glue. And the edges are probably, I don't need it right out to the edges, I don't think. I'm just going to put it on this middle kind of solid. I mean, the whole thing is solid. You could put it out to the edges. So I'm going to put it near the edge, but not right out to the edge. That way I don't have to worry about it oozing out. And I'm going to put a little bit on the end of the top and the bottom here, because I want that to stay together. It's kind of looking like it's, you know, it's not coming apart, but it's just looking like it needs a little something to solidify the ends. I know sometimes you burn the ends of certain things with a like a match, or, you know, a lighter or whatever. Not a match, I should say lighter. But I don't really want to do that if I don't have to take fire to my supplies here. So and my voice is still waking up, so sorry about my little screechy voice this morning. But it's a Saturday when I'm doing this video. Okay, yeah, that's perfect on the ends. It's really keeping that end together. So yeah, if you get this trim, just remember that. Put a little bit of glue on the ends. You could probably do the same thing on the ends, the end part, with art glitter glue. I think it would work too. I just happen to have this out because I'd rather use that on the back of the trim. So yeah, it feels nice and solid. There it is. I think it's really gorgeous, and it adds a nice, really elegant and vintage look to the cover. Isn't that gorgeous? I think it's really pretty. I love it. Yeah. It actually, this brown, I think this middle part, this little twisty middle part, is actually blue and brown, but it almost blends and almost looks burgundy when you put it next to this burgundy here. Almost. But anyway, whatever color it looks like to you, I think it goes well. That brownish part with the blue, it goes very well with the burgundy. Anyway, let's put some on the back. I'm sure it's going to really turn this into an elegant looking back of the journal, and just add a perfect little touch here. So I'm going to do the same thing. Let's cut our piece first. Sometimes I cut it after to get the right length, but I can see that it's the right length, and I want to make sure I put some glue on those top and bottom ends. So before I put it down, I don't want to have to do that after. I mean, you could do it after if you want to put it on there and then cut it and then put glue on the ends. I just kind of want to go ahead and do it before. And it worked out on the front, so we're going to try it on the back. And then I have another journal here I'm going to show you, and put some trim on that one. And then, yeah, I'll have one more video to do. I do it just like I did on that one, because it worked out so well. Glue near the side, edges, but not right up to the edges. I'm not going over and over it like this 10 million times like it might look. I'm just kind of making sure the glue is out to the edges, but not right out to the edges, like I said. Okay, now I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to go ahead so I can see well and put it here on the ends too, so they're all sticking together. On this end. Okay, and then we'll stick it down here on the book. Right, like this. Get it off my fingers for a second so I don't get it all over everything. Okay. And with Fabri-Tac, you do have a few seconds to, if you need to move it, like at all, you have a few seconds to move whatever you're putting down usually. And then so I'm just going to tap the ends here, make sure those all together. They look like they're together even before, but this one's a little thread sticking out there. Okay, so tap that down so the ends are all nice and solid there. Okay, so everything looks like it's nice and flat. And press it down into that glue, make sure, and you can see it now as it's going to be so pretty. Really adds a nice touch, nice finishing touch, nice charm, nice vintage, elegant look there. It's definitely a vintage, elegant type of trim. So there you go. Okay, I love it. So yeah, I'll decide later on whether I want it in here. Like I can or I don't have to, but here it might cover up the chart a little bit. So I really don't want to cover up the chart. Here I could put it here, but I might want to put a pocket here and then it would be in the way. So that's why I want to wait on that. I think I'll probably end up not putting it on the inside just for those reasons that I just mentioned. So let me put that over there and let that dry. So this is the other cover. This is another Gooseberry Patch cookbook that I had in there. I just had the cover in my, already have the pages out, and I still use the pages, but they're out of the book. So when I work on a cookbook or something, I'll grab a couple of them and use them when I work on cookbook or recipe related things. But let's put some trim on here, and the one I picked out for this is this red one. Of course, there's a lot of red in this cover, so of course this goes. But when I held it up, I was surprised actually at how well, I don't know why I was surprised, but I was, because I was thinking I couldn't use red because there's so much red in here. But then when I tried it out, like auditioned it, and this is going to be the same thing. I'm going to need a little bit of glue because you see how that was kind of unraveling there. Yeah, I'm going to need a little glue on the ends here. But when I held it up or auditioned it, it was just like so perfect. I loved it. So I'm going to do that. Let's see if it makes a difference whether I put it this way or this way. It kind of does. These little loops go up or down. Let's see, I think I want them going up. There's like little loops here on either side. So let's go ahead and cut a length here for the front. Now I'm going to try not, see how it kind of almost, you can almost stretch it. I'm going to try not to stretch it so I don't make it too short. And I'm making it a little bit long here so I can cut, this end's already getting fuzzy after I just cut it. So let's cut this end for the front. Right there. And for this, it's so thin. This is the back, this is the front. I want the loops going up. I think I'm going to go ahead and put glue on here. I'm just going to put a little glue right on the, kind of like right, let me see. I want it on the edge, or I guess it needs to be kind of like right on the edge of this fabric. Okay, so let's do that. And I might go ahead and put it in here too. I just thought of that, and I'll tell you why when we get to the inside. But let's just get this front and back cover done first. Okay, then I don't want too much glue because this is a thinner, it's not so wide, this trim, so I'm going to make sure I don't put too much glue here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on the end here so that doesn't come unraveled. And this end, let me see what it's doing. See, I made it a little fraction of an, fraction too long because I saw it kind of making fuzz. It was making fuzz at the end there, like trying to come apart or something. So now I just cut that off. It's just a little, it was just a little piece of fuzz. And now I'm going to put glue on there, on that end, so that won't happen again. And then now we're going to put it down, loops going up. Put it down on our glue here before it dries completely. No, this, it's fine. It's not drying, it's plenty wet. Like I said, you have a few seconds to work with Fabri-Tac before it's dry and you can't do anything. Art glitter glue does dry a little faster. You really gotta work fast with art glitter glue. Okay. Let me see. Make sure it's straight here. Yep, it looks straight. And the ends are together. Okay, I'm just going to push them up and together, and here down and together. Okay, let me make sure I don't have any glue on my hands, and there we go. We need to let that dry. So another, you know, it just gives it a really nice finishing touch. So let's do the, I need to wipe my glue off too. So let me grab a little antiseptic wipe here. And I'm trying to get this fuzz off my desk, but it's sticking to my fingers. Okay. Let me just get one handy here in case I need it too. Always really good to have one handy sometimes. Okay, so let me wipe my glue off. I just don't want to get glue where I don't want it. So that with a kind of like a little glob on there, it kind of makes it, you know, a wider, almost like a wider piece that you're putting down. Okay, so let's cut our piece first again, and we'll do loops up again, and the same thing we did on the front. Okay, so about right there. These are nice sharp scissors that I'm cutting with. So they cut this nicely right through it, no problem. I think most scissors would, even if they weren't so sharp, but those are nice sharp scissors, so that always helps. I've noticed, because I have some that I use that are older, but I still use them, because, you know, I'm not going to throw them away. But if I know I want something, if I know I want sharp scissors, I use these. So I use these a lot now. Okay, now I don't want to put too much glue here, but I want to make sure there's a nice solid line of glue. And then I think we're ready for this. So let's see. This is the top. So that's upright loops, and then we're putting glue on the ends here. Make sure you see a little fuzz coming off there already. And this end, I may need to, let's see, let me cut that fuzz off because that's bothering me. Actually, let me cut that whole end off a little bit there. A little bit too much looseness there. Put a little bit more glue on there. Okay, there we go. Now we got glue on the end. Now, put it down on our glue here. Let me turn it where I can see, because I have it turned weird where, okay, yeah. This part is good. And then just kind of crunch this together at the top here. So I'm pushing all the threads together down where the, you know, it's got the glue on the end. So just push all the threads together on the end there so they're all nice and solid and together. Okay, beautiful. I love it. I love the red and the yellow too. The fabric and the trim together. Okay, let's let that dry. Let me just push it down one more time onto the glue as I open it. Okay, looking good. So on the inside, this book originally was bound with a coil I think, was it plastic? What was it made out of? It's been so long since I took one apart now. But anyway, it had a coil of some kind in it, so it has little holes right here. So I thought, just now when I opened it, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's nice and solid, and it's got the fabric and tape and everything I put into a spine under there. It's nice and solid, but why not go ahead and put a little trim over that, and then you won't see that either. I think it'll look good. So let's do that. Look, I'm pulling this apart as I'm holding on to it. Let me get all my fuzz off here, my threads. Okay, so yeah, let's cut a piece and see how this looks on the inside. At this point, it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep them the same as far as the loops going upright. So in case I have to cut another piece off the end there, I'm going to cut just a little fraction extra here on this end, and the same on this side. Let's go ahead and cut both of our links here. A little extra for cutting off threads and fuzz. So, must be aware of these things, right? Okay, and that's that beautiful, beautiful roll there of trim. Okay, so this would be upright. And let's go ahead and put our glue down, get this one done. I'm going to put it over a little bit, right, kind of like right on top of the, I don't know if you can see it through the fabric. I can, so maybe you can, but you can see where the holes were there through the fabric there. So, yeah, the book is this tape and everything goes way over. See that much? I put that much over to make sure it's nice and solid as far as the new spine, attaching the new spine. But why not cover that up? Not too much. All right, and then put a little, I've got the loops going upright, so let's put a little glue on the ends here. And a little glue on this end. Okay, now we'll put it down. Right over that. And you can't see it. You can't see it in the front. I don't know why. But anyway, you could see it back here in the back. So that's what I want to cover up. I guess the tape goes over to about right here and doesn't cover up those holes from the old spine in the back. But it does in the front. In the front the tape goes over apparently, because I can't see them. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and I'm tapping the ends to make sure all the threads are together and solidly, glued down in together. So there you go. That's how I handled that. And I think it's really pretty. I like that. I've never done that before see how, I really like it though. It's so pretty. See how the fabric is coming out beyond the trim a little bit? That is so pretty. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I love it. I will have to remember that. I've always just put it on the edge, but it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, so this end, this side I don't have to worry about the holes. I don't see them at all. So I'm just going to put it on the edge over here. And if you saw the last gooseberry patch I did just a few weeks ago, I just covered up this inside frame part here, and that's what I'll do here too. So this trim won't interrupt or interfere with that whenever I do that. This is the next journal I'm working on, the gooseberry patch. So you'll see that. Well, yeah, you'll see that soon. I'm trying to think of when that would be. That would actually happen on YouTube video. But yeah, you'll see that soon when I work on this journal, turning this into a journal. Okay, so a little glue on it. Ooh, a lot's coming out there again. Let's see if I can use it and not have to wipe it off too much. Yeah, there's a lot there. There's too much there. It's just going to make a mess. Let me wipe it off. I don't want to make a mess here. Get glue everywhere, so might as well. Okay, it's really coming out because I just have it upside down. Okay, let's put the lid on there and put this down. I got my glue down there. Loops up, so I need it this way. And we'll put it down on the glue that I put there on the edge. Oh, I made this side really long. I may have to redo the ends. I made this side really long. Okay, let me get this straight. There we go. Okay, I'll push it down into the glue here. This side, this end is not straight. Okay, I'm going to have to put new glue on the end. So I made that way too long. See how much is sticking over on the, I don't know what happened there. I just was, okay, so this time I'm going to have to cut off the end. So here's how you do it this way. Just cut off your end. And you might think this is easier than trying to do it the other way, like I did, putting glue on before, and it might be easier. So I'm just going to dab a little glue right there on that end. Make sure that stays together. Okay, now it's even with, you know, the edge. And the same down here, since I cut that way too long. Let's cut that off. Yeah, it's already got glue under there from gluing it down, but I'm still going to put a little bit of glue here on the end. My glue already. Okay, here it comes. There we go. Okay. And we'll just dab that together, make sure it's all solid. Okay, there we go. We have done it. 2 books with trim now, 2 journals for those 2 trims. So there's how it looks. Very pretty. Very pretty. There's the inside. Gorgeous. And we don't even have our paper or anything in here yet. So, yeah, those are those 2. So, yeah, here's the 2 journals we worked on, journal covers. And just as a reminder, we used these 2 trims today. And the links will be below. Globleland.com. There's a coupon, plus they have sales. And then the other next 2 trims I'll be demonstrating. I got 4 from them. And then the next 2 will be these 2. This pretty gold one, if you didn't see my unboxing video, and this pretty pink one. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you then. Everyone have a great day. I'll see you later.